is legendary. You in the stands, I ain't need no commentary. If you the competition, you gon' get buried. I don't cheat on the game, we getting married. Yeah, they gon' know me as legendary. You in the stands, I ain't need no commentary. Ain't no option, ain't no secondary. I just throw it out like a Hail Mary. Legendary.
Greetings and best wishes for a happy holiday season from all of us at 2K. DA, it's
Thank you, Kevin.
interesting, DA. Thank you. A look at the starting group for the Magic. Big Daddy is out there with the great, and it's ABC, and there's Captain Clutch. Then it's Flash in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for New York, Big Daddy is out there with Big Daddy, and it's Prime Time. Then it's Black Hole, and it's Junior in at the small forward position. Here's Big Daddy. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot. When you know you're on a championship contender, how hard is it to maintain focus this time of year?
Some of that depends on the leadership you have in the locker room. Certain guys have an ability to keep everyone engaged and motivated and also loose and light in that locker room. So it does matter.
Oh, that's blocked. And Utah gets it to go.
Yeah, going hard to the rack, making a statement here early on.
Yeah, that's how he rolls. I mean, intimidate the opponent right now.
Here's Flash. This game we saw him score 13.
Man, he sure can get off the floor.
He one of the best in the business, absolutely.
Boy, he makes it look easy. He is an absolutely imposing finisher around the rim.
The pass to Utah. The dish to Junior. He kicks to E. Just 4 to shoot. And a miss there on the triple. And they recover it to the inside. And he dunks it down.
He's putting on a show for these fans.
I can't believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game.
Well, when you know it, you got to show it.
Awesome rewind courtesy of the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Good on the bucket. Junior's got 5 points so far.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Here's the great. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Count it.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
Pass to Utah. Here's Big Daddy. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
Yeah, nice, strong finish there. Nearly a 3-point opportunity.
Full throttle, pedal to the metal, attacking basketball. I like that.
The Knicks shooting their first free throws of the game.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And the word is they challenge each other, guys. I mean, each and every one of them to improve their free throw shooting in the offseason. Held each other accountable in that area. And now you see the results individually and as a whole.
The Kiddies check in for the Magic. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Free throw shooting is about mechanics, confidence, and your mental approach. He's locked in from there most every night.
Here's Big Daddy. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. 6 points for him. A lot of give and take between these sides early.
And both teams look like they came to play. We should have a good taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
Oh, fellas, that was vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one.
Well, guys, I'm glad they didn't try because I don't want anybody to get hurt out there.
Flash passes to the great. Out of bounds as Orlando keeps possession. His shot was hindered by that momentous mobile one block.
And right out of the gate, trying to set the tone defensively, you gotta love that energy.
For the the Knicks. The chosen one, he's checked in for Utah. Primetime comes in for Black Hole, and it's Johnson in for Big Daddy. The Magic also changing it up. Big Daddy's checked in for Captain Clutch. Flash comes in for the Great, and it's Red Hot in for Big Daddy. .127 left in the first quarter of the game. Here's the Kid in the game against Sacramento. Very impressive. And so it looks like the Magic will retain possession here. Flash is checked in for Big Daddy. And now the first timeout called here for the Magic. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Knicks team.
Orlando.
Five on the clock. Here's Big Daddy. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Ball's knocked loose. Red Hot the pass to Big Daddy. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
And it's out of bounds. The Knicks able to retain possession here. .40 seconds left in the first quarter. And that one's good, Junior. They can go 2 for 1.
It's about being smart right now.
Here's Flash, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Johnson right side. Best passes to Flash. Off target from outside. And he's going up for the alley-oop.
No, just a soft touch on both ends of that pretty alley-oop.
I got to say, when he threw the pass, I didn't know where it was going.
Neither did the defense.
And they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. Orlando out in front, up by 5. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Magic.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught them off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steal.
And also, they're jumping on a lot of turnovers, making sure they turn them into points at the other end.
Magic leading by 5. Primetime is out there with the chosen one. And there's Flash. Then it's Johnson. And it's Junior in at the 3 spot. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks. Here's Big Daddy. Sinks the triple.
15.
Big Daddy's got 7. And Greg, you made your money on the defensive end. What was the toughest kind of player to defend? A one-on-one guy or a constant movement type of player?
I've always will say that it's harder to guard movement. You know, as a defender, you drill a lot about guarding the basketball. But when a guy is great without it, man, that is the hardest job you can have defensively.
Here's Flash. That shot off. Some solid defense from Johnson. Inside. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. And it's blocked. Here's Best. No points in the game yet for him. Here's Red Hot. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt. Knicks trail by 8. And so New York calls timeout. They're first.
Your Knicks City Dancers.
Group in for the Knicks. Utah's checked in for the chosen one. Black Hole comes in for prime time. Big Daddy's checked in for Junior. And Big Daddy's subbed in for Flash. Orlando also making some changes. Captain Clutch, he's checked in for the Kid. LeGrey comes in for Flash. And Big Daddy's subbed in for Red Hot. It's good.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Pass to Big Daddy. Goes up on the wing. It's rebounded by New York. They defeated the Wizards in their last game.
Yeah, and that one, they just locked it down defensively. Challenged shots and really protected the rim.
Boy, I tell you what, I think you got to really appreciate the grit. Getting dirty, staying engaged. That's really what defense is all about.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. It's ironic that while the league took refuge in Orlando to complete the 2020 season, the Magic has had no reprieve from the rash of injuries that affected its top young players the last few years. This team is well coached and plays hard. Hopefully their fortunes will change when it comes to health. Guys?
All right, David, thank you. 3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter.
2 minutes.
Shoots from 12. Uses the glass that time, and it's good. Big Daddy's got 8 points.
John, he is just so tough to guard. He can fake you one way and then use that beautiful spin to just blow by you.
Passes it to Utah, and he banks in the lane.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
The great passes to Big Daddy. Pulls it up, and it's Orlando with another.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
And the pass to Utah. And 1:01 left to play in the first half. Down low, here's ABC, and it's denied. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will retain possession. Flash is checked in for Big Daddy.
Number 7.
There's 53 seconds left in the second quarter. Here's Big Daddy. He's got 10. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Black Hole passes to E. Johnson outside. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. He'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
How about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
You know, one thing about getting going at the free throw line like he has this season, it can continue to carry over.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Primetime's checked in for Black Hole, and Flash is subbed in for Big Daddy. We've got 28 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there.
Well, I tell you what, guys, this is really getting close to being real ugly.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you can see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up.
And that's what those alley-oops will do for a team. Ignition switch ignited.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Magic lead by 5. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Tibbs. Going against a high-powered offense like this, I know you have your work cut out for you at the defensive end.
Yeah, they're tough to guard. They put a lot of pressure on you. You can't make body position mistakes. We've got to make sure we try to make them work for the points.
We'll see if you can be more effective in the second half. Thanks. Back to you guys.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
It was a closely contested first quarter for Orlando. Their biggest lead in the first, 5 points. Scoring-wise, they broke even in the second, so little ground was lost there. What did you think, Kenny, about what we saw from the Magic?
The bench unit was an essential part of the puzzle in the first half. They really stepped it up in a big way, and that helped out. And now the starters can appreciate not having to carry the load on their own.
Shaq, what did you think about New York?
Well, those second chance points are huge, and they only came because of their effort. Their work on the offensive glass is what's keeping them in the game. They definitely should try to continue to stay tough on the glass. It's been key so far.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. It's been a clinic out there by Big Daddy.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of him.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. And so in the game for the Magic, they've got Captain Clutch. ABC is out there with Flash, and it's Big Daddy, and it's the Great in at the shooting guard position. Here's E. Off target with his 3. Magic leading by 7. Here's Flash. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Flash has got 5 points now this quarter. E, the pass to Big Daddy. Now, here's Junior. Doesn't go for him.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Black Hole passes to E. Junior with it, and it's Captain Clutch with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. The chosen one, he's checked in for New York.
Now into the lineup for your New York Knicks.
A fantastic mobile 1 block. This one deserves another look.
And guys, that block could really help change the momentum of this game.
And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. And here's Junior. He has 7. Clock is at 3. Count it.
I tell you what, he came out of that locker room raring to go.
Yeah, really good sign for them offensively. They should keep getting him touches. Make sure he gets shots here.
And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel. Knicks trail by 8. Pass to Black Hole. And the shot falls short this time.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
All by himself.
Oh, man!
And he jams it with authority.
Oh, forget about going for the long-range bomb to cut into that lead. Just take it to the hoop, my friend.
And how? Brilliant throwdown.
Exercising his authority.
How about that mobile one block we just saw? Amazing defensive work.
Sharp instincts on D there. Just timing. When to rise up and swat that one away.
The Big Daddy passes to Captain Clutch. Throws it up high.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Well, I tell you what, they've got this team just a step away from being completely asleep.
Here's the great. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Well, something you never like to see, but guys, he definitely looks hurt.
And that's the one thing you just really can't control or even guard against, and that's injury.
Yeah, you know, aside from some of the player protection rules, which have been of benefit, a lot of it just comes down to what the body can withstand.
For the Knicks, Primetime's checked in for Black Hole. Johnson comes in for Big Daddy, and Flash is subbed in for Big Daddy. New group here. The kid, he's checked in for ABC. Big Daddy comes in for Captain Clutch. Flash is checked in for the great. And it's red hot in for Big Daddy. Here's Primetime. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Primetime's got 6 points.
Well, you like guys who can work that in-between area. Really keeps the defense honest.
And I'll tell you what, guys, I mean, with this combination of size and touch, he's a real threat from mid-range. An elite scorer, demonstrating once again how fast he can fill it up.
Johnson. And then Johnson with the jam.
And that's a huge play. I mean, they need more like it because second chance points are going to be key in this game.
Probably so. That's usually a crucial element to any comeback.
Yeah, and if you look at it, had they been converting those second chances all along instead of waiting until now, who knows?
Puts it up from 17 and off the left side of the rim, and he swirls in for it.
You have to love the unselfishness on display there. Excellent passing.
Passes to Big Daddy. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. Flash misses.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
Utah's checked in for New York. Here's Flash, and it's good off the back rim and in. Now just a 2-point Magic lead.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
Well, it starts with defense. They got some stops, scored some buckets after that, and now we've got ourselves a ball game.
Here's Flash, drops it in from 14 feet away. And the Magic lead by 4.
I tell you what, fellas, he loves those mid-range jumpers. I mean, that's where he makes his money.
The third quarter comes to a close. Orlando out in front, up by 4. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. A chance here to get a quick injury report.
Hey guys, the head athletic trainer for the Knicks gave us some information. He told me it's a sprained elbow. Now they put some ice on it, and they're hoping that he doesn't have any inflammation. They're going to keep him off the court for the time being, and they don't rule out the possibility that he'll have to miss a few more games as a result. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Hopefully we'll see him very soon. They've got Utah. Prime time is out there with Junior. Then it's Johnson, and it's Flash in at the point. That's the 5 for New York right now.
The defenders need to recognize the importance of staying on him as we get into crunch time.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. And with the fourth quarter push coming up here, the coach going over the game plan, and these players rehydrating themselves with Gatorade, recharging their bodies, refocusing their minds, and getting that strategy down to close out the game.
All right, look who's coming onto the court. Come on and get loud for your Knicks City Dancer. All right, look who's coming onto the court. Come on and get loud for your Knicks City Dancer.
A different look for New York. Black Hole comes in for prime time, and Big Daddy subbed in for Junior. So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. ABC's checked in for Flash. Captain Clutch comes in for Big Daddy. The Greats checked in for Flash. And Big Daddy subbed in for Red Hot. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on what the head coach for the Magic was saying to his team. This game is obviously close, could go either way, and he wanted to make sure that his guys were all on the same page and were all staying with the game plan in order to close this one out. Kevin?
All right, David, thanks.
And guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness.
I can't fault the guy for adding a little flavor to things. I'm fine. Even if he'd have missed it, I don't mind them taking a chance to spruce it up a little bit.
Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Knocked away. E with the steal. To the middle. Here's Black Hole. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Black Hole's got his first points in this one. Here's Big Daddy. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
First team foul.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first. Good on both.
And it's been a really good day for him at the line. Some other bigs have well-documented problems on their free throws. He's not one of them.
Johnson left side. Kicks to E. Shot clock at 6. And they'll get another chance. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
Oh, he got fancy with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open.
And I like it. I mean, some coaches might want to see just a sure-handed lay-in there, but for me, I don't mind a little extra.
The score now all even.
Perfect execution. The size mismatch was there, and they went right at it.
Not only perfect execution, how about perfect timing, too?
Now a timeout called by Orlando.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
Yeah, typically there's some type of adjustment made out of a timeout. It might be major, or it could be just a slight tweak.
Let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Flash.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. That has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
Pass to Johnson. It's good, and they get the go-ahead bucket. And the Knicks lead by 2. All right, well, look at how the hustle game has been going for the Knicks.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And I also love what they've done defensively in terms of closing out to the shooters, getting a hand up, just making them feel a little uncomfortable on the offensive end.
It's deflected. 58 seconds left in the game. Orlando moving the ball around. Here's Big Daddy. No good on the triple. Flacco passes to Johnson. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Here's Flash. That one a little long. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Nails the tray.
You know, sometimes you don't like to see guys pull up from three-point range on the break. But for him, with nobody on him, that's a pretty good shot.
Time call here. The Magic decide to talk it over. They trail by 5. We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
All right, look who's coming onto the court. Come on and get fouled for your next city dancer. Who's coming onto the court. Come on and get fouled for your next city dancer.
And the Knicks making a change here. Junior's checked in.
Number 21.
We've got 28 seconds left to play here in the fourth. To halt the run. Another miss by Orlando. So they foul intentionally.
Number 9. That's his first personal. First team foul.
And an intentional foul right there.
Number 18. That's his first personal. Second team foul. At the line for New York. At the line, 2 shots.
So the first one drops, and that increases their lead to 6. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 7-point game.
And he adds to their lead with some very solid free throws.
It's hauled in by Utah. Now E. So it's New York picking up the win. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what stood out is just the overall trust this group has in one another when it matters most. Doing what had to be done and to send these fans home happy.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.